Hello everybody, welcome to Wilkes Holiday Matchup, our little show right here in the heart of Wilkes University. My name is Michelle Jaramillo.
And I'm Anthony Kazin. We have a long show ahead, so strap in. We're going to cover lots of things from history, trivia, crafting, and even how to make a nice holiday treat. So stay tuned and you're not going to want to miss this.
First, let's hand it off to our trivia experts.
In A Christmas Story, what gift did Ralphie receive from his aunt?
A BB gun.
A BB gun?
I have not seen that movie. I have no idea. The bunny onesie?
I don't know. The bunny costume.
It's the pink bunny onesie. It was the pink bunny costume.
Dan, you need to go.
Really?
It's important.
I feel fine.
Look, you cannot mess around with this kind of stuff. Some cancers, man, we just don't want to lose you from something we could have caught.
What I need to do?
You just give your doctor a call. They'll tell you what screening test you need.
Fine. Can I have my pie now? Oh, man.
One more time before you wake up in the wild.
Our natural world needs us now. Step by step, side by side, together, we can find a way to ensure that all life on Earth can thrive. To learn more about how you can help protect and conserve nature, visit nature.org.
Welcome back to Holiday Matchup. My name is Michelle Jaramillo and today we are with Amy Sochap Joseph, who is a history professor in Wilkes University. Amy, thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
Today we are going to talk a little about a holiday. That means having a feeling of gratitude for all things. Yes, it is a Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving Day is an annual national holiday in the United States celebrating in the harvest of other blessings of the past year. Thanksgiving is celebrated as a means of giving thanks for family, friends, food, health, and other positivities. In the United States, Thanksgiving is celebrated in the fourth Thursday of November, with few exceptions. The most typical Thanksgiving dinner features a large roast turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie. Amy, can you share with us a few facts about Thanksgiving Day? What is the real meaning of Thanksgiving Day?
I think one of the great things about Thanksgiving is how flexible its meaning is. In the past, it has really been a day for giving thanks in prayer and in community, and now it is a day for eating turkey and watching football. And for other people, it is still a day for going to church or going to a parade. So I think the flexibility of it is really at the heart of Thanksgiving, that it is about appreciation in a number of different ways.
And what year was it officially celebrated and declared Thanksgiving Day, and by whom?
So Thanksgiving has a long history. It's first celebrated on North America, the North American continent, in the early 1620s between the Pilgrims and Indigenous people in Plymouth of what's now Massachusetts. It becomes a national holiday in the 1860s, declared a national holiday by President Lincoln during the Civil War. And it becomes a federal holiday, a day that we mark by having a day off. And being hopefully paid for it. It becomes a federal holiday in the early 1940s. So it has evolved, its use has evolved over time in the US.
Oh, interesting. Just as we talk about giving thanks, we also talk about the holiday of the Jewish people, who is Hanukkah. This holiday celebrates the rededication of the Temple of Jerusalem after it was retaken by the Maccabees. It's the time of year when many faiths and culture engage in a ritual of lighting candles. Lighting the Hanukkah candles remind us our responsibility to bring light into dark places and repair the world's brokenness. Some families have adopted the tradition of dedication each new candle lit over the 8 nights to a specific hope or cause, and then giving a donation to the supporting any organization. Amy, what is the history of the holiday and how many days is Hanukkah celebrating and when?
Well, like you said, Hanukkah is celebrated over 8 days and lasts from sunrise to sunset. Hanukkah does not exactly land on the same day every year, and so its beginning and end is dictated by the Hebrew calendar. In 2023, it will take place from December 8th to the 15th. But in other years, it's possible to extend actually into the next year. So for example, in 2027, Hanukkah will end on January 1st.
Interesting, this history of Hanukkah.
And you touched on the history earlier in in 164, sorry, I'm used to 1800s, not the hundreds. In 164 BCE, the Maccabees fought against the Seleucids, who had been terrorizing or persecuting the Jewish people for their beliefs in Judaism. And the Maccabees were the first Jewish people to defend themselves against this religious persecution. So lighting the menorah was not originally a tradition, but it's theorized that it was started fairly early in the history of Hanukkah. Judas only had enough oil to light the temple for a day, but the candles stayed lit for 8 days. And so the menorah is also referred to as the Hanukkah lamp in some practices, and it was constructed with 8 candles to signify the miracle of the oil burning.
Thank you, Amy. Last but not least is Christmas, which is my favorite holiday of the year. Christmas is the holiday commemorating the birth of Jesus Christ on December 25 as a religious and cultural celebration among billions of people around the world. There are some traditions such as decorating the tree, baking Christmas cookies, writing a letter to Santa Claus, and much more. Can you tell us a little bit about the history and what does Santa Claus or Saint Nicholas have to do with this holiday?
We can actually thank a poet from the early 19th century for the Santa Claus story. Clement Moore wrote a poem called A Visit from St. Nicholas in the early 1820s, and it was published in a magazine and read really widely because people actually really loved poetry in the 19th century. And so Moore actually made up a number of things about Santa Claus in that poem. He did not make up Santa Claus himself. This comes from Dutch and Germanic traditions, but Moore's poem centered the visit from Saint Nick on Christmas Eve, for example, and the idea that the children were sleeping and awaiting Santa's visit. And then the kind of joy the next day of being revealed, having these presents be revealed. So that poem became really popular in the 1830s and 40s and started to shape Americans' practices of the Christmas holiday.
And Amy, do you have any personal tradition that you would like to share with us?
So I come from an Italian family from the western part of Pennsylvania, and so we eat a lot of Italian Christmas cookies for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And it's a time for family, and so I really enjoy that, just like lots of people do.
This was all about holiday history with Michelle Jaramillo and Amy Sochap Joseph. Before we continue, let us take a quick break with the second part of trivia with Sarah and Sam.
What do people typically do after the ball drops on New Year's Eve?
That was great, guys. That was
Hug or kiss?
Thank you so much.
Kiss.
Kiss?
They kiss? Yeah, they kiss.
Don't they kiss or something like that? Yeah, they kiss after the ball drops. Okay, what toys typically play with during Hanukkah?
Dreidel.
The dreidel.
A dreidel.
Dreidel?
The dreidel. Oh, I was gonna say dreidel too.
Yes, this is a dreidel.
Kids across America are going to school hungry. Millions of kids every day. But one simple thing can help change all of this for a hungry child in America. Good healthy food and the energy it brings. With help from caring people across America, No Kid Hungry is providing healthy meals and hope to hungry kids so they can build better futures. To learn more about ending child hunger in America, go to helpnokidhungry.org today.
Dear housemates, due to the environmental impact of food waste, I'm eating all your leftovers. You're welcome.
Ooh, what's this about?
I'm just doing my part for the environment. Is that Mima's punch bowl?
We use way too much plastic. Think of the planet. Who is the best princess?
The environment is the best excuse. Find an out and opt in at theenvironmentexcuse.org.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Rome. I've played many roles on TV and film, but today I want to speak to you as myself about a cause that's very dear to my heart. The Cancer Prevention and Treatment Fund provides free help to those who have cancer and those who wish to prevent it. They've also worked tirelessly on banning cancer-causing chemicals in our homes and neighborhoods. I want to thank them as a mom for protecting our families. Please donate today at the Cancer Prevention and Treatment Fund at stopcancerfund.com.
Welcome back to the Wilkes Holiday Mashup. We're back in the studio with our incredibly talented designer and resident craft expert, Lara Mullen. How are you today?
I'm good, Anthony. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're going to be showing us, she's going to be showing us how to make our lovely little pumpkin mascot, Peter Pumpkin Eater. What are going to be the items needed for this craft today?
So what you're going to need is a pumpkin or a circle-shaped cookie cutter and some orange, white, green, black, or brown air dry clay. Or you can just have some white air dry clay with orange, green, black, and brown food dye. That's the route that we went today, as designated by my hands.
Nice. Simple little pumpkin to make, which is excellent because I'm not so good at crafts, so if I can do it, then any of you can at home. So I guess we should get started.
We should get started. All right. So first you can either roll out your air dry clay or you can just kind of push it down flat, which is what we've decided to do today. We're gonna take our pumpkin cookie cutter. We're just going to press it into our pre-dyed orange clay, which best we can.
What you want to do beforehand, or your hands will be all orange for the rest of 2 days.
We're speaking from experience.
Yes. All right.
Nope.
And then I'll take that.
Thing. Once you get your pumpkin shape, you're going to go ahead and start to make Peter's eyes. So we have here 2 different size circle cutters, and you can either make them real big, like we have here demonstrated in our little template, or you can make them kind of small. Peter's, the good thing about pumpkins and pumpkin carving is that it's sort of like a person-by-person basis.
Yeah. Also, it's a special pumpkin because this is Peter Pumpkin Eater.
Yeah.
So
Peter Pumpkin Eater's biography is quite extensive when you actually think about it.
He's got quite the history, this little guy.
Yeah. He hasn't really been spotted much since the Great Turkey Uprising.
Yeah, he was a big player. And
he was actually a general in the Turkey Uprising.
That was really interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can't talk about a lot of it legally, but it's believed that because of Peter's role, allegedly, that's why we have a turkey pardon this year, presidential turkey pardon.
Oh, okay. Is that why we eat turkey every year as well?
Yeah, that's the losing end. He doesn't like to talk about that.
Yeah, he doesn't. Don't ask him questions about that.
Yeah. So after you have your eye shapes, we're gonna get our little pupils for Peter Pumpkin Eater.
And that's this green one here?
Yeah, so we're going to have 2 different sections of green clay, one darker and one slightly lighter. The lighter's for the stem and the darker's for the pupil.
Excellent.
So we're just going to take our dark green and shape it into a circle.
Dark green.
Press it right where it goes.
Sure, it's as consistent as it can be?
Yeah, as consistent as you can, but the point of crafting is it's fun. Make mistakes, it's all right.
Yeah, everyone's slightly special in their own way.
Much like Peter's uncle.
Peter's uncle's very special.
Yeah, Peter's uncle actually did a stint on a kids show a couple years ago, which I also can't mention the name of, but I'm just going to say that his name rhymes with the Schmate Schmumpkin.
Schmate Schmumpkin.
Yeah.
It's pretty famous.
After you get your pupil shapes, we're going to go ahead and grab the same dark green clay, and we're going to make a mouth.
Excellent.
Press that right where it goes.
Little mouth.
And you're going to take your light green clay. We're going to take that pumpkin cookie cutter and press in right where the stem goes.
Perfect little mouth. And I'll take that. And I'll take
We're
that
going to
from
press
you.
that in to our existing Peter shape.
It is coming together really nice.
Yeah.
About the sides.
That as close as you can get it.
Maybe make the stem a little, morph it a little bit, make it look a bit more
Have
pumpkin-y.
fun. After a bit of time and drying, you'll have your dried Peter pumpkin.
And this is how it will look when it's like wet. You know, he's not looking so hot.
Yeah.
But
the great thing about this is that
He's
once
gonna
it
dry.
dries, you can also stick magnets to the back of it, and you can have a little fridge decor. You can use them as a paperweight.
absolutely,
Yeah.
do whatever you want with him. He's gonna take a little bit to dry though. I will tell you that.
He's going to take about a day or so to dry, but we got time. You can do more crafts in that time with your additional scraps.
And your dirty hands.
And your dirty hands.
Your
You can
dyed
take that time while you're waiting for him to dry to clean and scrub your hands.
Wash your hands as much as you can. All right. So why did you want to do this craft today?
I think that Peter was just really interesting when we looked at him in the logo, and I thought that he would want to be represented in everybody's household because he's mostly forgotten about in history.
Excellent. Yeah, very true. Unsung hero, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, at least one turkey every year gets saved.
One turkey.
Yeah.
It's a plot of free birds.
It adds
Yeah.
up.
It adds up every day.
Yeah.
And so what are your Thanksgiving traditions?
Well, I like to do a little bit of crafting, but we're really glad that you joined us on this pumpkin journey, and we hope that you have a little Peter at your own.
Yeah, I hope you have your own Peter. You can do whatever you want with him, wholly up to you. Hope you joined us. I hope you have your own little Peter pumpkin. And stay tuned as we're going to be teaching you how to make a delicious little pumpkin dip next, so stay tuned. But first, here's some trivia.
So the movie Elf take place?
New York City.
New York City.
New York City.
New York City. Started off in the North Pole, and then it switched to New York City. Wait, no, it's in New York City, right? Yeah. But it started off technically because when in the beginning when he's with Santa, it's in the North Pole.
Like in the movie or like the North Pole?
New York City. I'll take it. I'll take the North Pole, but it is North. Yes. Yes, it's both.
Boytown National Hotline.
Yes, I need help with my daughter.
I had a pretty normal mom life. Everything was pretty good.
And we just had a new baby, and then all of a sudden she's on life support and fighting for her life.
They told me my only chance was a heart transplant.
And the American Heart Association helped make that possible. Their research helped save me.
To learn more about how the American Heart Association is saving lives, go to helpheart.org.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens? Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we have a very special cooking segment as we'll be preparing a very delicious pumpkin dip.
To prepare a pumpkin dip, we will need only 4 ingredients.
The ingredients are as follows. Here on the table, you need 1 can of solid packed pumpkin, 1 package of instant vanilla pudding mix, just 1 little teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and 1 container of thawed frozen whipped topping.
First, we have to pour into the pack pumpkin into the bowl with the package of vanilla.
Yeah, and once you do that, then you're gonna kind of put the tablespoon full of pumpkin inside of the frozen whipped topping. But as you're doing that, I guess we can talk a little bit about traditions. So, what do you eat for Thanksgiving usually?
Well, in Thanksgiving, basically, I cook with my family, and this is my first time preparing this, but I am sure that it will be delicious.
Sure, it's gonna be great.
And last, we have to mix the frozen white topping.
Mm-hmm. Which is, make sure it's thawed. You don't want it to be not thawed. It's very important. All right, I have it going in there. Looks really nice. It's a lot as well. For me, for Thanksgiving, our family's a bit strange. We kind of don't make stuff. We kind of have like different cultures all the time. Some Thanksgivings we have like Indian food, sometimes we have Chinese food, sometimes we have just Benin and regular Latino food, you know. It's kind of all over the place, but that's just kind of how we do things, you know. It's a bit odd. But yeah, so what do we have going on here?
And what is this, Anthony?
That is the instant vanilla pudding mix.
Of course.
I almost forgot from that.
This is the special ingredients for this recipe.
Yeah, it's very important for this part of the recipe as well. It creates the right consistency and everything, and the right flavor. And it's a lot to mix as well. But you know, once you're putting some elbow grease in there, you know, that's part of the fun of Thanksgiving. Just making stuff.
And basically, this is ready to eat.
Okay. We'll mix it a bit more, and then we have a table of wafers over here. You can kind of eat them with anything, you know, kind of with ginger or, you know, just crackers. Really, it's up to you. But either way, it's gonna taste great. So, yeah.
And Anthony, we can also invite to our crafter to taste this recipe, and we invite Lara to taste this because I am sure that it is taste.
Okay. So we're gonna both take a taste here. So here
yeah.
You go. You can take one first.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll have a little bit here.
Mmm. Delicious.
They're really good, actually. Wow.
Actually pretty good for you guys' first time baking. That's awesome.
My only time making anything. This is great.
Yeah, simple and easy to prepare. Have a taste with your friends and family during these holidays.
So this is a great little thing to make. And right now we're going to continue around campus with more trivia with Zara and Sam.
Where did Adam Sandler first perform his song, the Hanukkah song?
Probably some movie, but I don't even know. I would take a guess.
Give me a guess.
Some movie, but I don't even know what movie it would be in.
Do you have a guess? Is it that Netflix movie? I don't know.
SNL.
I don't know. SNL.
New York? Saturday Night Live. It's close. Same thing.
Dan, you need to go. Really? It's important. I feel fine. Look, you cannot mess around with this kind of stuff. Some cancers, man, we just don't want to lose you from something we could have caught. What I need to do? You just give your doctor a call. They'll tell you what screening test you need. Fine. Can I have my pie now? Oh, man.
Elizabeth Rome. I've played many roles on TV and film, but today I want to speak to you as myself about a cause that's very dear to my heart. The Cancer Prevention and Treatment Fund provides free help to those who have cancer and those who wish to prevent it. They've also worked tirelessly on banning cancer-causing chemicals in our homes and neighborhoods. I want to thank them as a mom for protecting our families. Please donate today at the Cancer Prevention and Treatment Fund at stopcancerfund.com.
The NFL's tradition for games on Thanksgiving Day.
A turkey leg.
Oh my god, isn't it like the big balloons? Like parade? Red. No. It's like the color out. I don't know what it's called. Eating turkey? Always throw football games all over the TV.
I don't know this one.
No clue.
A player receives a turkey leg in a post-game interview.
Thanks, Zara and Sam. That's all the time we have for today for our Wilkes Holiday Mashup. But before we go, we're gonna kind of just run through a little bit of all the stuff that's happened in this event.
Yeah, in the segment of history, basically, personally, I learned that the difference of Hanukkah, before I didn't know about that celebration, and it's important for everyone. Also, the different names of Santa Claus, Saint Nicholas, Papa Noel, it's different names. Usually I use Saint Nicholas. I don't know what you use.
Yeah, about the same. Santa Claus, about the same thing. Yeah.
And yeah, I said Christmas is my favorite holidays because I spend time with my family, also prepare food together. And when I say prepare food, I remember that we prepared a pumpkin dip.
Yeah, it was really good actually. I'm very picky with foods, so if I liked it, then honestly, I think anybody at home can make it too, which is great. I think you're all gonna love it. All you really need is like, one 15-ounce can of solid packed pumpkin and like a little package of instant vanilla pudding mix, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and just like a container of frozen whipped topping. It's very simple to make. Really, anybody can do it. And it's, like I said, it's great. You can just pass it around, Have it as even just like a little side during your Thanksgiving dinner. You can do that as well. Just have like snacks around, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and with simple and easy ingredients, we can prepare a dip, and delicious dip, basically.
Absolutely. And yeah, and for our crafting segment, we made a little pumpkin eater. It's really simple to make. Just air dry clay. You probably should use some rubber gloves unless you want your hands stained for several days. You need just like orange, green, blue, yellow food coloring, mix it with the white air dry clay. You have your colors, or if you just have the colored clay, you can just do that, and you can just skip the dyeing process altogether. A pumpkin shaped cookie cutter, various circle shapes for like his eyes and his little mouth and everything. A rolling pin would be very preferable, so you can flatten him and cut him out, well. And if you wanted, you could, get some magnets on him. You can put them on your fridge or something, a little pumpkin eater in your house. Or you can just kind of, like I said, use them as a paperweight, anything you really want,
And also we have in the shows several amazing people like Lara with our crafter and a history professor who explains several experience and knowledge with us.
Yeah, I learned a lot. There's stuff there I didn't know of either. I'm not super familiar with a lot of these holidays, like the backgrounds of them. It was really nice to learn a lot about that. But now that I know more about that,
also, I think Lara have several learning to share with us about this holiday mashup.
Yeah. Thanks guys so much. I had an amazing time doing a craft. My favorite thing during the holidays is to do the holiday crafts. It's kind of like my thing.
Absolutely.
Sad that Michelle didn't get to join us for making Peter Pumpkin Eater. I don't think she's so sad she missed the die.
No.
How do you feel about not participating?
Yeah, great. I really like your craft, and I think the family, especially the parents, have to learn about this craft in holidays with their children.
Right, yeah. It's a great craft for children, college students who don't know how to craft. It's fantastic. What about you, Anthony? How do you feel participating in the process?
It was good, mostly just because like I'm awful at anything involving that usually. I like disassembling stuff and putting it together, but creating stuff is something very different. But if I could do it, like I said, anybody can do it really.
Having experienced the craft, is that something you guys are going to work into your holiday traditions coming up?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Our holiday traditions are pretty unorthodox, but I might work that in there.
Good.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming.
And thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.